choose their income with their decks, and then they are somewhat capable of doing like it's a bit of a gentleman's agreement to not change it as a counter pick to what you see from your opponent, but rather choose your income and then go with it before you see your opponent's choice. But yeah, with the new changes to the rules, it will be that the one who counter picks division also picks then the income, and then the other guy who picked the division first picks his income afterwards, so that we don't have to do that in the lobby, but already do that before, and that there is a system in it as well. So there will be counter picking income, but it will be actually balancing the games more out, I guess, because it will counterweight against the counter picking of divisions, which I think is still the more important counter picking, but yeah. This is Division 3. Yeah, semi-final. Genzei versus White Eagle. And yeah, as I said earlier today, like an hour ago, I'm really looking forward to this series because those two players played them in their first game of this season. It was really one-sided. Genzei was really dominating White Eagle there. But that was because White Eagle at that point had only really limited experience in 1v1. But since then he got so much better, practiced a hell of a lot. And yeah, Genzei is still a good player, also improved quite a bit. But yeah, White Eagle caught up with and surpassed quite a lot of players in Division 3. That's why he is in the semifinals. Winning against Wonder Noob, who was one of my favorites to make it into the finals actually. Beating him 2-0 in the round of 6. And now being up against Genzei here again. And I think he has a really good shot to at least take a map out of Genzei and maybe even taking the series. And yeah, really want to see how both of these players deliver now. Quite a lot of MG42s in the north. Commander as well. So I wonder what White Eagle's plan is for the north. Genzei. I think the best points to attack are over here, then and over here to capture flags for him. Trying to capture this one, and then maybe this one, and this one for sure. And then you maybe can also use the deeper forest over here, but there's a more light forest than the deep forest to fight over actually. Around here. Or get in here, or get back to this flag over here. I think those are the way to go. Would be surprised to not see any BT7s for the start. For now we see a lot of OB25s. Some Gonor Rachvetka, some autos. The Gonor Saperis, which are 6-man Saperi squads with TNT. 6 PPSHs, 1 TNT. Yeah, I think it's the second time we see 122nd in the league. Can't remember who played them the first time, but it wasn't it wasn't beautiful. They got pretty much slaughtered, if I remember right. I think the map was Krupa. So yeah. Or another river map. It was for sure a river map. It was a really weird pick. This map fits them much better. If I remember right, might be wrong there, but I know we saw them once before, but I think they lost. I think they lost pretty heavily. I can't remember who played them. Hopefully this will be a game to remember. Hopefully Genzei really shows up. But not just steamrolls White Eagle, but really showing a game of skill. And yeah, there we go. BT7s on the map. You want to have these guys because they have 85 kilometers on the road. They're really good rush tanks. Ooh, he brings the M3s in A as well, so he has no tanks in B phase. All of his tank cards are in A. Couple of flamers in the north. That stupid commander. Yeah, the Hammer-Göring Pioneers are pretty good. Let's see how good White Eagle can defend here. I think that, yeah, the 2-3-3s are really good investments here, as there's no BT7s in the south, and even BT7s would even struggle against those. But yeah, so, and I think the setup is good for White Eagle. Having his units in the north against the heavier push of White Eagle, of Gensei, is a good sign for him. And then, yeah, in the south, I think he has enough forces to be able to hold on as well. With all the other stupid and so on. I think we will see Gensei capturing one flag, maybe two. But White Eagle should be able to hold on at least at the beginning to 10 flags, maybe 11. And if that is happening, he should be totally fine with that. As long as he keeps it away from 9 to 15 in favor of Gensei, it's all fine for him. Always enjoying Cell because it's quite different to other maps, and it's still a pretty balanced map, I think. Yeah, one of the more unique maps we got, because it's really one of the few maps focused around CQC, focused around forests. Not as bad as not as heavily focused around forest fight as Command de Levant in. Oh no. No, what's the forest map again in Steel Division? Normandy 44. Commander Levant? But yeah, anyways, not as heavily forested as that map, but still quite a lot of forest patches. They're relatively big. A lot of light forest as well. So really more about those 300 to like 100 to 300 meter engagements than about the 1000, 1500 meter engagements that many other maps are about. Or even like 500, 750 meters. Can we speed it up? No, we can't, right? Yeah, we can't. I really enjoy the Steel Division music the more I listen to it. Would love to see one or two more songs coming in with a DLC, like within a DLC in the future. Not only music DLC, but like included into a DLC like the next one of the season pass we got or so. But other than that, the ones we got are really, really good, I think. So Gensei wants to take over here, and yeah, brings a couple of units in the south. Let's see if he's capable of taking this flag as well. I think he should be able to get this one. So yeah, White Eagle bringing in quite a couple of forces here to counter it, and I think the forces in the south should be enough to counter the push onto the flag that Gensei is planning. I think the north is safe as well. Might actually be able to push into Gensei over here. It has to be careful not to lose too much to the M42 over here. Okay, doesn't lose his units so far, but yeah, loses to 233, which is taking quite a bit of wind out of his sails. Loses to 233 over here as well. This is a big loss. He needed that to deal with the BT7s. The BT7s got the kill and held out against infantry. But yeah, still at 12-12 so far. Yeah, the SS Trooper down here, Flammenwerfers, should be able to hold on against one Dushka and one Seperi. Especially with the 233 still alive. One more auto coming in. First bomber coming in. Going for the Pak 38 and MG. And the push over here looks dangerous. As yeah, the BT, the 233 over here getting killed was a big blow to the defense of White Eagle. And the Pak 38 over here is not in the best position. It shuts down this road, but there's nothing coming down this road, so yeah. Genze here using smoke, getting his Gornostalky DPs into position. Ooh, White Eagle has to be careful. You don't want to lose your commander that early on. You really should get this away as far from the front line as possible. He's over here in quite a bit of trouble as well. He's pushing on the flag in the north, but yeah, I think he will lose this flag in a couple of seconds. 2 233s coming in. They should be able to deal with the PT7, but there's a M3 on the way as well. There's a PTRD. And the anti-tank gun over here could also change to the other side of the forest. So yeah, White Eagle giving up on fighting the Gornostalkies in the Gornosaperis in the buildings over here, but yeah, he still keeps onto the flag. Pak 38 on position as well. Pak 38 over here not getting the kill on the BT7. Allows Genze to go up to 1410 as he captures the two flags over here. But yeah, as expected, 233 is able to deal with the BT7 over here. Lose 1 233 to the M3 though, and yeah, 1v1 between 233 and M3 should go for the M3, I think. A couple of T-34s coming in, I think those are good investments, and White Eagle going for the counter push on the north, and this is a really good choice. Capturing a flag over here, bringing it down to 1311, and maybe even able to cutting off. Yeah, it looks like he should be able to cut off this flag as well. Genze capturing a flag somewhere else. Brings it up to 1410 again. Yeah, captures the flag in the south now. Goes up to 59. Yeah, he captured the flag back here. BT7, really good move here from Genze. But yeah, as expected, White Eagle getting the flag in the north, getting the flag over here back, so it's still 1311. So yeah, Genze has to push somewhere else as well if he wants to win this game. Couple more Gorno DPs coming in for the long range support. Evan Goering Pioneers in a good spot over here. Would have liked one of these guys down here, but yeah, still okay. And with the flag over here captured by the Ersatztruppen, Genze is only down to 12-12 again. So yeah, he has to put in some more hurt onto White Eagle. And he has to do it soon, because yeah, the T-34s will be a pain in the butt. Especially if you can keep them on 3 stars. But even with 1 star, they're already ugly to deal with. 52p artillery piece is on the front line, coming in with the smoke to allow push onto this position, and I think that's a good idea. But yeah, the Pioneers will be still relatively hard to deal with. No push in the south. M40. I would love to see the M42 and the OB here moving a bit further forward, trying to deal with the 233 and then moving into here as well. And then yeah, he needs to capture this flag back, but really good push out of White Eagle here, taking a lot of pressure from him and forcing White Eagle Genze to fight on the position he doesn't want to fight in. Genze might lose those Gorno DP in transport. Okay, gets the flag back for now, but yeah, moves them far too far forward. Okay, gets them out of transport. Oh yeah, autos coming in now as well, could also go down. Okay, no, unload, and they have the Thompsons. So, and they are able to opening fire, so they will deal with the Ersatztruppen, even though the Ersatztruppen are in the building and they are not. The DPS of them is just crazy when they get in range. Brzewetka over here engaging the Pioneers, but yeah, that's not a good engagement. Would need more artillery fire. Bit of an oversight to not fire onto the forest position over here after. Yeah, doing it now. OB-25s I think could also move forward, not in the best spot right now. PT7 over here, BT7 over here falling down. But Genze for now up to a 59, but he's not in the best spots where he captured his flags. They're all relatively close to the front line. This one's falling, bringing it back to 14-10. Captures the flag over here. Able to surrender one Pioneer, but there's still the Pak 38 and it's not fully pinned, so the BT7 has to be careful. Yeah, I still would like to see him putting some pressure onto the south. I think that's a flag he could take rather easily. J87 out of White Eagle, wanting to go for the bombing run onto the BT7. Might actually be able to kill it. Gansei over here engaging a T-34 with an M3, not the fight you want to take, and White Eagle putting a lot of pressure into the north. BT7 over here went down. First AA pieces coming in with some Flag 38s. Bombs getting up, but yeah, the T-34s are really ugly for Gansei to deal with, and he's so heavily outnumbered. Only 2 infantry squads holding against 5, no, more. Nearly 10 infantry squads over here, like 8 or 9. But this means Gansei has space somewhere else, and he has to use that. Yeah, can push. He should be able to push in over here. Autos and Komradi coming in a bit late over here. Not getting the flag he needs right now. Lost the flag over here as well. Killed the T-34 at least though. Oh no, only forced it back. Kill would have been nice there. Donner Redka coming in. Donner Stalky DP's not in this perfect spot. So yeah, they're engaging the Hammond Goering units over here in CQC, and that's not what you want to have happen. Yeah, that's stupid for 10-15 points. Much cheaper than the 20 points for the Gonostrakis. The Gonostrakis will now go down to the 2-3-3. More Redka coming in. Gansei capturing the flag over here. Pushing in heavily to try to get into the territory over here. But yeah, he needs the 59 and he needs it in a position where he can hold on. And BT7 over here is in great danger as the Pak 38 tries to follow it up. And as soon as it stands still, the Pak 38 is able to aim at it. Opens fire now. As long as the BT7 was moving, the Pak 38 had to rotate behind it, so it wasn't able to get the shot at. But yeah, now the Pak 38 is able to get the kill. Pioneers should fall soon to the Morsk Autos and the Morsk Komradis. Especially when they are engaging the Gonostral TDPs as well. But yeah, might get off their TNT as well, so they still will deal a lot of damage to the units over here before they go down. Gansei trying to force his way into here now, but White Eagle is reacting, so he has to be fast. He has to be real fast now. Killing a unit over here. Nice shot there, but yeah. Trying to move forward over here, but the OB is not in position. The OB needed to be somewhere where it could fire. Really, I think that's a big mistake by him, not using his OBs more efficiently. Capturing the flag over here now, bringing it back to 59, but really being forced back heavily in the north. He has to be careful to not lose even more flags there. But now he's up under 59 and that's where he needs to be. Kills the flag over here. There's a lot of infantry units coming in. We'll take this flag for a second, but I think he will lose that soon enough. BT7s and M3s have to do a lot of work. Moved in over here too fast as well. Not allowing his M3 to pin down the Ersatztruppen before moving in with the infantry. Nice move there with the Morsk Autos, moving them out of position. I think White Eagle is playing a good game though here. Has to try to get to a 14-10 position again, but yeah, he gets there. And as long as he's here, he's totally fine. I think his trades so far went relatively well for him. Lost quite a couple of units in transport, but that's what happens if both players played so aggressively and really tried to force their way in, microing everywhere. And he didn't lose anything too specific. 52p over here helping out against the T-34s, but yeah, T-34s are really the bane in Gansei's side. And 42 and OB over here helping out, dealing with the incoming forces of White Eagle. Might be able to get the kill. Nope. I think White Eagle is getting in a better and better spot, as Gensei is not able to rush him down anywhere. And now with Panzer Force arriving, he gets in a tougher and tougher spot. He cannot take the position in the north, and he cannot really pin it down either. Really think White Eagle will take this game right now, as Gensei's push is starting to whittle down. The T-34 is putting Gensei in a world of pain. Losing a flag over here, not even being up to 13-11, only being on a 12-12 right now, and that's not where Gensei want to be. Yeah, he cannot trade efficiently, so he needs to at least be efficient with his points taken, but he is not doing that right now. Not being able to win the south fast enough, allowing White Eagle to reinforce well enough to trade good again, and losing the whole north. Yeah, I think this is GG, guys. Even yeah, also Gensei not being able to deliver the play of 126 we wanted to see. Losing his Cis 12 over here. Yeah, I think the trades lately were just too bad for Gensei to keep on going in this game. Losing M42 and OB over here. Yeah, the T-34 is really good idea there by White Eagle. Really good pick. Now Gensei will try to force his way back into the north, but oh, that might actually work out now. But yeah, he's down to an 11-13, so even if he takes the first flag back, he will be still in a bad spot. Loses a T-34 over here. Not 100% sure to what. Might have been the M42 over here. Or BT7 from behind. But yeah, he's still in good enough of a spot. Bringing in Ju-88. 87. I do always say 88. Forces Gensei's units back over here. Killed the M3 with the Panzer IV. And with all of that happening, he's also putting the pressure already onto the south of Gensei. So doesn't have too much in the south either. In the north, Gensei's spot is still pretty bad. Capturing a flag right here now. Yeah, BT7 has to be careful. Lucky there to not get killed by the Pak-38. White Eagles maybe shouldn't move those units backwards, but move in a 2-3-3 to help out. Still has his Begleit Pioneers. Ooh, J88 on the hunt. That actually might work out. Why do I say 88 all the time? J87. Stuka getting the kill here. Really nice move there by White Eagle. Really nice move. And yeah, Gensei's only hope is the airplane. If he loses airplanes, this hope gets smaller and smaller as well, going down to a 10-14. And remember, he is the guy with the Vanguard income. He is, from now on till the end, always getting less and less income than White Eagle. And yeah, this makes his life real rough for Gensei. He can't afford to lose airplanes. Pioneers coming in. White Eagle starting to push forward in the north. Panzer IV dealing with the M3, and that means here there's little left again for Gensei in the north. Might be able to hold on to this flag for a while, but yeah, he will not take any flags, and that's the issue. Panzerkranz over here, stopping Gensei from moving any further. Panzergrenadiers over here, even getting through the bridge. And yeah, White Eagle doing what he needs to do. And doing it slowly and methodically. Not throwing away any units right now. And I really like that approach. Keeping more and more, putting more and more pressure onto Gensei, but he doesn't need to take any bigger risks right now, I think. We'll take out the BT-7 here in a second, and then there's no tanks left on the map for Gensei. So yeah, from now on out, it's only infantry and air. And yeah, the AA setup starts to get better and better for White Eagle. Bringing in quite a couple of 22mm. As soon as he gets to a 59, Gensei will be taking down relatively fast, so he cannot even afford to invest a lot into his airplay from then on out, because he needs to staff to hold the front line. Has quite a couple of planes, so yeah, a bit more AA would be nice, but yeah, White Eagle is investing into that. Flak 41 coming up. Honor Shvedka over here not being able to kill with the flak. Those Red Shvedkas don't have a bazooka. Was able to kill one Panzer IV over here. Was able to secure this flag for a while, but yeah, now he's down to 59 units of White Eagle moving into the hill as well. There's nothing behind this. So as soon as the hill falls, everything over here falls. And as soon as that happens, I think Gensei will just tap out. Yeah, good bombing runs from Gensei. Got the kill actually. Honor Shvedka moving forward, getting the double kill. Moving in now into the Flak 38. So yeah, those are good moves from Gensei. But I think they're coming in too late. As there's more and more AA coming in from White Eagle, so even though he took out 2 20mm, which was a good start, and it's on a good way to get the kill on the next one, as these are out of ammo, so they cannot fire back. He's down to 59 now, so he's not having unlimited time. If he would have a lot of time, I think he might be able to do it with the airplay, but that would still mean taking out the Flak 41s with artillery and stuff, and yeah. There's also airplay out of White Eagle, and he doesn't have till minute 50 to take him down. He only is down to a minute 30 game right now, and still losing all the trades so far. His air tab is not big enough to get efficient trades just yet. Yeah. Flak 38s with 2 or 1 star veterancy will start killing stuff like Kitty Hawks at some point. Especially if they get support by Flak 81 as well. The Flak 38 somehow surviving over here. Don't know exactly how he killed the Shvedka, but he killed them. Ju-87 going down now. Another Boston coming in. But yeah, there's 2 more 20mm pieces now. There's the 88. So yeah, Boston might not even drop its bombs. Nope. Boston not able. 1 20mm going down, but yeah, Boston not being even able to get its payload off. And yeah, White Eagle is reinforcing the north good enough, while taking out all the infantry units over here, but the leader. So yeah, he could, if he kills them, he could be easily taking over the whole territory over here. Gensei rushing in infantry. Losing the flag over here to the Morsk Pechota, but yeah, Valkyries coming in. Would like to see a bit more aggression from White Eagle now, as he really wants to have this 1410, but yeah, I guess he's focused on the north right now. And that's totally fine, as his Panzer IV is doing a pretty good job here. Dealing with the OB-25s, dealing with the Dushka in a second. Cis-12 has to be careful. It's on a fast move command right now, but yeah. Okay, Gensei realizing cannot do that. Kitty Hawk Bomber coming in, but yeah, I don't think that will do much either. Genzi already bringing it back. And yeah, Genzi surrenders. And you can't blame him for that at this point. Trades were pretty even, but yeah, you cannot trade pretty even with 120 flags. At least not if you don't take a lot of flags. No, I think MP44s are better. Especially, like, at least on Cell. Like, I think you want to have a good mix for both, but I think you want to have... Like, I think you want to have both units in this deck. But I think one card of Valkyrie on B or C, you want to for sure take. I don't know if you want to take both Valkyrie cards. But yeah, pretty convincing win there by White Eagle. Really showing that he caught up to Gensei in skill. And that he doesn't let himself getting memed. The Hammer-Going Pioneers you for sure want to take. But then yeah, the Valkyrie. The 4 MP44s I think are pretty nice. And I think, yeah, a good mix between Pentagram-Grenadiers. Yeah, like I take both cards of Valkyrie, but I also take 2 Pentagram-Grenadier cards. Taking them both in Cedo. Yeah, Big Light Pioneers. I haven't played this deck too much, so yeah, don't take this as a copy. But I think both are pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. This loadout is I never played this deck, I think. Or maybe I played it once, so this was just a super quick build. This whole deck is not built for competitive play. Actually, I might like this division. I won with this, actually, I think. It's a Maverick. How on earth is this a Maverick deck? Okay, I don't know what I did here. Why do I have 2 cards of Pentagram-Grenadiers in C in a Maverick deck? Well, don't ask me, guys. I think I built this deck on stream in a rush. Like, yeah, I don't think I took more than 1.5 minutes to build this deck. If I remember right. But yeah. Anyways, we'll be right back with game number 2. Or hopefully be right back. You never know how long those guys take. But yeah, till then, we'll leave you here with a lovely timer and a lovely ad break. Please watch through the ad break so we get a couple more cents into the prize pool. Yeah, see you in a second. Okay, guys, for game number 2, we got ourselves a lovely river map in the form of Bobro. And this time it's Gensei playing Axis and White Eagle playing Allies. And yeah, White Eagle's bands are 78, Hartenek, Lovash, and Hermann yeah, Gensei being the guy who gets counterpicked this time. He was picking 126 first in the last game. And yeah, this game might go for quite a bit longer. It's, yeah, Bobro could be a map that might take a while. I really need a haircut, guys. I wanted to go to the hairdresser before I went skiing, but then I decided against it because I didn't have the time. Because I was like, yeah, okay, go to it after when I come back from skiing. But while I was skiing, the whole corona stuff went down, and yeah, my government told me to isolate for 14 days. So yeah, 14 days of not going to the hairdresser, and when my 14 days of isolation were over, all of them were closed. So yeah, left with more than a month more hair grow than I wanted it to have now. I don't think Viborg is bad, but it has obvious weaknesses. So I would never pick it first, but on the right map, as a counter pick, I think they're absolutely viable. Viborg really bringing in the herd with T-34s, Ice-2s, having some T-34s as well, not and KV-1s. I think those are fine tanks. Infantry tab is a bit lackluster, but he can make it work. It's not the easiest though. It's really not the easiest. And then yeah, the rest of the tabs are totally fine, but really the infantry tab can be abused by your opponent, so you have to be careful at what map you want to pick this division. Yeah, exactly. So what are the picks? The bands of Gensei are 84th, 26th, first Polish, and 184th. Interesting pink band there. Because Gensei hears that White Eagle brings out the Nulla in himself, playing 184th like a god. Leaving Third Guard's tank core open. What is wrong with those guys? So 2 times we didn't saw third tank core banned. On Cell, maybe you don't ban it, but on Bobra, how on earth can you not ban Third Guard's tank core on Bobra? Yeah, as I said, it's on Cell, it's already a big weird thing to not ban Third Guard's tank core, but not banning it on Bobra is a big oversight, I think. So yeah, I would be really surprised if White Eagle doesn't pick them. Like, that's such an invitation. But I think his bans are totally fine. 78th, Hartenek, Lovesh, Hermann Göring. All solid bans. Don't think I would ban Lovesh for Bobru. Don't think they're too strong on it. Would rather go for... Don't know, I guess. Maybe 14th Infantry as well. Or 25th Panzergrenadier instead of Lovesh. But yeah, it's a solid ban. But yeah, not banning 3rd Guards Tank Corps. Big oversight and big overall. Seems like White Eagle needs to build a deck again. Maybe he never built a 3rd Guards Tank Corps deck, and now has to figure it out because he didn't pick his deck yet. But yeah, I also don't play my T26s in this deck. So I think, yeah, you can take this one out as well. Because yeah, you don't have the card. Like a 3-point card. Well, this is obviously this is not a 1v1 deck. I think I would play one less Ice 2 card in a 1v1 deck. I don't think you need quite that many, and I sure wouldn't play V for Victory. Yeah, I think you have the card, so yeah, you can take them. You don't have to though. They're pretty nice, but yeah, with the two DTs, make it pretty nice. But yeah, I could see rather taking a Sis 3, for example, or a Faustiniki. No, not Faustiniki. Wait. Yeah, well, maybe even a Faustiniki, because you could need the DP rifle actually in this deck. Though they are heavily overpriced. I think I would take them for 15 points. Maybe for 20. As they have 2-star veterans here, maybe for 20. But for sure not for 25. Well, I played this deck once. So, yeah, that is my ad-hab. This was when fighters were still good. So that's why the fighters are in there. Yeah, I think I never played this deck since release of since after the beta. I played it in the beta, and back then fighters were pretty helpful. So that's why there are 2 fighter cards in it. Yeah. Yeah, I think 20 points would be okay-ish. Then you might take them. It would be still pricey, but you don't have a choice really in this deck. Like, it's a bad choice, but still better than nothing. But well, I guess but yeah, I guess as it is, you take the Red Shvedka over them every time of the day. 5 points more expensive, but has SVT and has a better anti-tank weapon. So yeah, 3rd Guards Tank Corps it is for White Eagle. No surprise there. Question is, what does the Gensei do against it other than just surrendering instantaneously? What divisions would be good against 3rd Guards Tank Corps? Like, okay, with 78 being banned, that is. Hermann Göring being banned. I guess the choices you got are 25th Panzergrenadier, as they have the anti-tank weaponry to deal with it. They have the artillery. They have the Panzergrenadiers, which are okay on Barbara as well. Like, you can play a balanced 25th Panzergrenadier, I think, is a choice you could make. And then I think the other choice is 352nd. I think those are the 2 choices for Barbara if you want to deal with this deck. And like this is still yeah, you have to hope to get a lucky situation, I think. If 14 would have Pak 43s, I think they might be a choice as well, but they sadly don't. Yeah, you don't want to rely on your JU on your one card of JU88s. So yeah, that's not a choice. Hard to expand. Maybe 21st. 21st Panzer. Where's my 21st? There it is. Maybe 21st Panzer is an option. Dealing Germans with Germans and then bringing in the big boys. And having your Panzer Grenadiers holding the line. Because you also have Pak 43s. Your A8 tab is okay. Your artillery tab can work out. Like, this is for sure not a Barbara deck here, what I got here. This is a Maverick deck for an open deck map. But yeah, this artillery tab is a trial. This is not what you usually run, I think. This is just for me trying to test the off-map and the Rheinwerfer. I haven't seen the Rheinwerfer too often in Steel Division 2 yet. They were one of the best artillery pieces, if not the best. No, not the best artillery piece. I think the Lorraine was the best artillery piece in Normandy 44. But they were the second best artillery piece in Normandy 44 in my eyes. Being able to lay down a smoke screen in a second. Or pinning down a whole area with, what is this, 12? No, actually, 16 mortar rounds in a second. Yeah, that's 8 per row. So yeah, that was pretty nice. No, you're not late for second game. But yeah, what's the pick for Gensei here? What does he do? Like, I think 25th Panzer Grenadier and 252nd are the only options that are really worth considering. Tell me if I'm wrong, Prop Lord, but I think those are the choices. What would you pick after you're being in the pickle of playing Bob Brewer against 3rd Guards Tank Corps? Like, I think the options are 25th Panzer Grenadier, 352nd, or 21st Panzer. Don't think there's another option with 78th and Hermann Göring being banned. I think those 5 divisions can somehow stand up against it. But yeah, you have 3 left of them, and the 2 best are banned. Hermann Göring and 78th would be the best options, but yeah, with them those 2 being banned, I guess it's down to 21st, 352nd, and yeah, and 25th. I think 25th would be the best option to go for. 25th balanced. I think you have a good artillery tab that can help you winning in the long run. The map is Barbara, so we have a river map. Artenek is banned, so yeah, Artenek is out of the equation as well. I thought about them for a second as well, but yeah, they're banned as well. So yeah, it's Barbara, so it's a river map, so Hartenek, I don't think it's the strongest river map deck, because you don't have any artillery for a long run. Why 25th? You have Pak 43s. You have Pak 40s. Yes, the Stux and the Panzer Grenadiers are really helpful as well. And then yeah, you have the long run capabilities with the artillery, with your air tab that is really reliable. Don't know why I don't have these guys in. I guess because they were too expensive before they would be. Yeah, that's not a good deck here either, guys. Always take these guys here. Maybe take both. Yeah, you have the anti-tank capabilities with your planes. You have the good air tab overall. And on Barbara, you don't need too much CQC infantry. So yeah, your Pioneers and Stillstrom MP44s should be enough. And then your Panzer Grenadiers should be able to hold the line against the Strike ADPs. That's the reason I think. The Pak 43 being the main reason why I think this deck is possible. 352nd for similar reasons. Having the lesser infantry, but the better anti-tank. Same artillery capabilities, a bit worse in the air department, I think. Or actually, no, quite a bit worse, as they don't have G2s, right? No, yeah, they have the HS 1 and 2 9s, anti-tank planes. Not the biggest fan of those, because they're pretty pricey. But yeah, air tab is still fine. Artillery tab is similar. Both pretty good, and AA tab is good as well. And then yeah, the anti-tank tab, Pak 43 and Yak Panthers. But yeah, the lesser infantry tab. Support tab similar as well, with one more IG card. And then yeah, 21st Panzer for obvious reasons. Being those two big boys here, and another card, 2 cards of Pak 43s. Or Martyrs, which also can penetrate them. And then also a good artillery tab. With Lorraine's being pretty good. And an air tab that is also okay, the worst of the 3, but still a good air tab. With the Focke-Wulf bombers being relatively helpful, and then one cluster Ju-88, which is, I think, the best cluster bomber, but also the most expensive one. Yeah, the Panzer Force here, yeah, 21st Panzer, that's, and you also have Shermans on your own, so yeah, you can hold your ground against the Shermans. Yeah, the infantry tab, you have to be careful with your infantry tab, because you have less, I think, than 3rd Guards Tank Corps units overall, but you can hold out on a map like Barbara. I think on an open terrain map, 21st would not be the perfect pick here, but I think on a map like we got it, I think 21st is the way to go. And Gensei still haven't picked. What's up here, guys? Why do those two guys take so long to get their stuff going? Yep. Yeah, before, when they... Shermans always got the first shot out of on Panzer Force. So, chances were your Panzer Force wasn't able to fire back because it got critted. Now, they don't get critted as often by enemy Shermans. So they get to fire back. They're still, I think, in a disadvantage, but they're also cheaper, so it's okay. And damn, guys, we're up to 31 viewers. Really great to have you all here. And yeah, really sorry that the game isn't going just yet. Stick with us though. Should be a good series. Game number 1 was already pretty nice. And we got a pick, and it's 21st. Yeah, tank. It's the good old Rommel circus. Yeah, but Gensei really brought himself into a pickle here. Not banning 3rd Guards Tank on Barbara. Don't know how that could happen. That's the wrong map, guys. Why have you Lippen? It has a 3v3 map. Okay, I hope that will change. Yeah, okay, it's Barbara now. Really looking forward to it for this. I hope Gensei can do it. Okay, let's go, guys. Yeah, thanks for all of you watching. If you don't follow the channel yet, you should do so if you enjoy Steel Division. We will give you really, really nice content here. Like, yeah, the best competitive Steel Division you could get anywhere. With the upcoming weekend being the best of the best, as we have the finals of Season 2 coming up for both the top division and the second tier division. So yeah, really the best players here we got, and the up and coming players duking it out there. And game is starting. So yeah, guys, here we go. Wait, is it not? Where's the lobby gone? Guess their game started, crashed while starting. I think they had spectated on, but yeah, might have crashed. But yeah, we'll be back in a second. So really, guys, stick with us, and welcome to everyone. If you're a francophone, there's a French stream for this as well. Okay, yeah, they have to restart. Again, they disconnected. He's also offline now, is he? Oh no, that's not good. No, he's not offline. He's not. Okay. Oh wow, now they both have a lobby open. Okay, they both have a lobby open, they both don't have spectate on. Okay, now they are in. They have spectate on. Okay, all fine. We'll have to delete a couple of things in this channel. Okay, running game. Hopefully it is now running. No. Okay, they're still setting up. But yeah, with the time they took, they allowed us to get more viewers. So that's the positive, guys. Really welcome here. Warm welcome to you, all of you. Hope you will enjoy this. I for sure will. I already enjoyed game number 1. Gensei already showing us interesting divisions there. Now we will see why. Hopefully see why 21st third card Senko gets banned, and then hopefully also see that Gensei didn't ban them for a reason, because he's the absolute third card tank killer, and hopefully wins this so we go for game number 3. As it would be a bit boring to see third card Senko winning the game. Yeah, so White Eagle is playing third card Tankor, and Gensei is playing 21st. Rommel's Circus. Game still not started. Don't know what takes them so long. Those guys really like to play. Oh, now I turned off all filters. Yeah, well, I will just stay here and click on refresh till it starts. Should click my mouse maybe a little more silent. Yeah. Oh no, you don't hear my mouse. Okay, it was just me talking. Luckily, I don't have to hammer on my keyboard when I'm spectating, so you don't hear my keyboard too much either, I think. Now, here we go, guys. They left us waiting in anticipation. But finally the waiting is over. At least nearly. 1 minute 50 to go. And yeah, we're on Bopper. We're on the map with quite a lot of bridges. And we have White Eagle with Vanguard. Against Genze with Balanced. And this will be interesting. Because yeah, Vanguard, Third Guard's Tankor is still really dangerous. But if Genze is able to hold on, I think he will be able to hold on for good. But yeah, leaving Third Guard's Tankor open was a mistake for Genze. I hope he doesn't get punished too hard for it. But you always have to expect the Third Guard's tank player to win. If both players are similarly skilled. That's why we have the bans. That's one of the meta divisions that should get banned most of the time. At least till we get the next balance patch. Maybe even after that one. Because I don't think Eugen is too keen on nerfing divisions too hard. They usually rather buff stuff than nerf stuff. It's a bit of a power creep overall in Steel Division. Both in Normandy 44 and in Steel Division 2. Like they rework mechanics, but I cannot see a mechanic change that would make Third Guard's tank core obsolete. Because they are just solid in every tab. There might be mechanic changes taking them from the top, but they would always be a good division. And with our players having 4 bans, which is a 5th out of all divisions per faction, as there are 20 divisions per faction by now, I don't think the Third Guard's tank core will fall out of the top 5th anytime soon. Well, yeah. I don't think we will see them falling out of the top 5th, like the top 4 divisions for the Soviets anytime soon. Might see them falling from Grace as number 1, maybe, but yeah, don't think. Well, they already started that, right? The activation slots already got a bit more expensive for them. But yeah, 70. I think the change to 78 was quite a bit heavier than the one for Third Guard's tank core. But yeah, a bit more activation point changes. Yeah, 1 or 2 more would be nice. I think yeah, Eugen is relatively hesitant to go into that because they don't have too much experience with balancing around those activation slots, because those prices are something new in Steel Division 2, like that, or not really new, because you got to kind of had it in Wargame. But yeah, that's a balance thing that they should use more, making slots more or less expensive for balancing, rather than just nerfing equipment itself or maybe price changing equipment. I think that could allow for making divisions more unique, and as ATC as well. I mean, they kind of tried that with Rama Rapana, giving them 55 activation points. And then you have Rama Rapana, no, not Panzerdivisioner and Kuruk with 1 cost tank slots all the way, and so on. But yeah, I think they have to be a bit more open for changes in that regard in the future. Now we have Genze with the DMA, with the good old French truck, only 70 kilometers on the road, so even slower than the Studebaker, with 75 kilometers on the road. A couple of 233s. White Eagle seems to prepare for a push in the south with 2-star Shermans. Guardian DPs coming up. There's that Struppen in the south. 2-3-3s coming up. Ognoma Chigis in the center. Couple of OBs. And Guardian DPs. But yeah, I think they got more and more open for price changes over the last couple of months. I think in that regard, they got more open for feedback from the community, from the strike team. But yeah, they should be a bit more. Like, also the strike team has to think about a bit more about those. Maybe suggesting more about slot costs. Because yeah, you can ask for an IS-2 nerf as much as you want. I don't think that will happen anymore. Like they, yeah, don't think so. Rather think about other way around that issue. Yeah, making tools more expensive for third guard Sancor might be an option for that. Three threes. Yeah, that's stupid. Flammenwerfer. DPs in the north, DPs in the south. Yeah, Guardia DPs, really good infantry. I think those Stanikis, also good infantry. And then yeah, the OBs, the Shemchas, all really, really good. Well, yeah, I think they're fine for 1v1s for sure. Yeah. But, yeah, if they come in a division like third guard Sancor, they're really, really tough. But yeah, balance should be around 1v1 anyways, I think. Around 1v1 and 2v2, that is. Like, and then having the rest in mind, but not focusing around balancing around that, I think. Sure, I'm a bit biased around 1v1, that is, but I think every good game is balanced around the most competitive scenario that is for the game. Like CSGO is balanced around 5v5, LoL is based around 5v5, StarCraft is based around 1v1, and most RTS are just most competitive in 1v1, and so is Steel Division. 2v2 could be maybe as competitive, so you gotta have this a bit of mind, like, but yeah, you for sure should focus on 1v1 first. As if divisions are balanced against each other, making the combat area smaller for them should still keep them somewhat balanced. Balancing them around 4v4 where you can help out each other and so on would not make much sense. But you only have small territory to fight over. But yeah. That's my 2 cents to that. That's why I listen to people complaining about stuff being in 4v4 and so on, but I never take it too serious. And if it's 10v10, I mean, Eugen already stated it often enough. They don't balance the game around that. When that game mode isn't balanced, they don't consider that really a key point to change. They listen to it a bit. I think they also did some changes regarding to that, but yeah, really is not their focus, and it shouldn't be. Jones video custom terrain quality low. Let's get the water. Yeah, okay. Let's let the water not glitch out, because that's really always super ugly on river maps. I mean, it's already sad enough that I have to stream on very low. Might be able to go up to low again when my thermal pace is up, but yeah. Type Collision, there will be another poll at the end of the season. But as always, the last word is up to me and the other guys of the league organizing. Like, we will have a discussion with I will have a discussion with the other mods and so on about what to change. But yeah, the rule change for season 3 with the income pick will be there anyways. So there's no really need to do a poll about that. There will not be a poll about the finals. I will talk with the players themselves. I don't think there should be a poll. Like, I will talk with you. So we'll talk with the top. We'll talk with the top 8, like the top 2 of each division. So the last remaining 8 players. So with the winner of this series, then with the 2 finalists of Division 1, Division 2, the other one of Division 3, and the other one of Division 4. That's Ludoyat or who's the other player? Who's Ludoyat facing again? Ah, yeah, Vasily. Then we will. And I mean, I cannot stop you from doing it the way. There's no, like, if you decide yourself with your opponent to do it that way, there's nothing in the rules from taking that away from you, as this is as of now not specified in the chat. So yeah, but it's not. If someone is against it, I will not enforce it onto anyone. For Division 2, that is. For Division 3, it will be in the rules that you have to pick your income in the following order. That will be there, and yeah, we'll overall rewrite the rules. I think there was, especially in the playoff segment, I think the wording wasn't too nice. Have to really redo that. Didn't have the time in the last couple of days. Yeah, hopefully we will start soon, as both sides are nearly 10 minutes into deployment. The Shermans went from the south to the north. Wait, usually I cast this map this way around, right? Yeah, usually I cast this map this way around. So yeah, they went from the north to the south. Another Sherman for Genzi on the other side. A couple of 233s and the Panzer IV, so we really, tank division shows that it is the tank division here. Then quite a couple of Panzer Grenadiers, a couple of Ersatztruppen as well. And on the other side, a lot of Ognomachikis. I think the rush will come into this position. Maybe over here as well. And then down into the south. Question is, can Genzi hold against it? As he only has 1 Flammenwerfer and Ersatztruppen in relatively slow transport. So it will be a bit of trouble for him here. Has a battle reefer now coming up as well, but that's also in the slow transport. That's also in the KFZ 70, which is perfectly named as it goes 70 kilometers on the road. Don't even know if that's the nomenclature behind it. Might be KFZ 70, that it's named after the top speed. Could see that as a German way to name it. So yeah, like, Germans always find this way, and if they would stick with it, it would be a good way, but they always change it from every kind of thing to another, so in the end you end up with totally confusing stuff anyways, even though the first idea behind it is pretty interesting. Yeah, Genzi coming in, trying to move over the river here as well, but I think so will White Eagle. No, he actually tries to push over. He actually moved the just back to the north, trying to cross the river there. So yeah, left with relatively little in the south, not trying to cross the river here. And then not trying to cross the river with the Ognos either. This is a bit of an... Wait, that's not all Ognos, right? It's also PTRSs, yeah. Some anti-tank guns, but yeah. Would have expected him to try to cross the river. Not doing so, I think, is a big mistake. Trying to cross the river as Genzi, though, is a mistake as well, I think. Other than over here, where it is to be done, but... Yeah. Trying to cross it over here. Well, White Eagle is completely out of position. He should be able to cross in the north, but I don't know how far he can get there. I don't like to push into this plateau because you're can be dealt with from all those lovely forests. Can shut down the road over here, but yeah, you don't have anything to put your tanks and anti-tank guns into. You only you have good cover for your infantry, but yeah, infantry alone cannot win a push. White Eagle getting up to 1410 as he captures the flag over here, and then the flag over here. But yeah, also already losing a tank of Saniki and transport. Rajvetka coming up, should be unloading soon, and he needs a 59. And he should lose this position soon. Another Sherman and some Flammenwerfers coming up over here. Yeah, White Eagle already nearly pushed back over here. This was not a good start. Two Shermans coming up. Yeah, would like to see more Shermans. Another Sherman coming up. Over here it's a stalemate. Guided DPs over here should be able to deal with the Ersatztruppen. Yeah. And Genze is breaking through. Crossing the river over here. Has to be careful though, as there's an OB on the end of the road. Panzer Grenadiers over here get engaged by the M2s, with definitely called Brownings. Germans on the edge of the over here. Could have moved a bit up, then he could have dealt with the 233, but so will his OB. And a lot of units coming in over here. Genze has to be careful not to overextend, I think. He doesn't have the points to trade. He needs, he doesn't want to trade 1y1, he wants to trade cost efficiently, and for that, defensive positions I think are necessary. And he loses them a bit over here right now. You also don't want to push over here. Yeah, I like the Ersatztruppen positioning over here, stopping the Ognos. Flammenwerfers have to be careful. Over-invested a bit into too much into the south, I think. OB's here really nice for White Eagle. Any push from Genze here will be stopped dead in its tracks. And yeah, the 233 doesn't take capture territory, so Genze gets surrounded over here. And yeah, the push got stopped. And now he's in a bit of trouble. White Eagle up to 1410 now. Lost his first German, luckily, for Genze in the north. He has to kill quite a couple more. And now the bridge Genze went over is relatively open. Only one Panzer Grenadier left here. Don't know why Genze went aggressive with his Panzer Grenadiers. I think he should have just followed on through this river, stopped the push in the north instead of trying to push on its own. Don't know why he tried to push there with a balanced deck. And yeah, White Eagle really abusing that. Surrendering the Panzer Grenadiers over here. We'll kill these off over here soon. Guardia DPs getting killed. But yeah. Kills a couple of units, but yeah, he needs to trade better than 1-to-1. Yeah, that's from over here at least killed all the Ogniers. Have to be careful with Tankos, but the Tankos are engaged by more than 100 meter as well. Some from over here get a bit too close, but overall this section is going well for Genze, but yeah, the overextension over here was really unnecessary. Should have just done the investment he did in the north and then hold the river crossing. Now he's just too thin. I think this game is going really well for White Eagle right now. Don't think Genze is fully out of it yet, but yeah, trying to be aggressive was a bit of an issue there. Now he tries to be aggressive in the south, but yeah, the OBs are too well set up. Moves his the Shermans around now. 233 should move up to stop these M2s from pushing into him. They might take a flag in a second. Ju-88 coming in, but has to be careful. Yak 7B already engaging. Yeah, not liking the investment into a plane right now. This is not the cheapest plane. Second Yak 7B coming in. And with two Yak 7Bs on your tail, this Ju-88 might go down. Well, actually should go down now. Yeah, so it's trying to fly straight out, but yeah, Yak 7B on the tail, and yeah, losing a Ju-88 on this point is super costly. He brings it back to a 1410, so at least that is going for him now, but yeah, the push in the south gets utterly annihilated. Wasn't a big fan from it from the get-go. Sherman went down as well, getting killed by the M42 over here. I think that is. The Sherman over there. Where's the Sherman? Oh no, the Sherman. Wait, did Sherman went over here? Oh, that's not the same Sherman, is it? Well, I can't fight the Sherman, but it is not in itself anymore. Should push over here for Genza gets harder. And yeah, he allowed White Eagle 3 bridges to cross over, and that's something you cannot allow to happen. Like, if you give your opponent one bridge, that's okay. At least you know where his units will cross. You can start to surround that bridge, but with 3 bridges that you give your enemy, this is just too much. Guardia's over here dealing with the Ersatztruppen. Genza now trying to be aggressive again, but there's an M42. He has to be careful with Panzer IV. Really try to be more aggressive than he should be. It's really not shooting him well here. Pak 43 coming in. But yeah, that's not the best German counter either. And yeah, the Germans are so cost efficient. Air tab of White Eagle is also good. Pak 33 now in the open. White Eagle maybe getting a bit too aggressive here, losing a Sherman to a Panzer Grenadier. And as of now, Genza still can hold on. But yeah, why is he trying to be aggressive here? Is just unnecessary. Should focus on keeping it on the 14-10, 13-11 kind of situation, not trying to get it to a 12-12. You cannot get it to a 12-12. So even trying to get there costs him more than it brings him, will ever bring him. Okay, Pak 43 is in a position. No, it's not. Why are you going to the edge? Why are you not moving over here, where you're in deep forest? Or over here, where you're in deep forest? Sherman's coming up, Gepard is coming up. Okay, Sherman over here gets engaged now. Should be able to get killed by he should be able to get the kill there. Yeah. And the Grenadiers will open fire on the Guardias here. Will be able to stop them. But he's down to 15-9 now for White Eagle. White Eagle takes the north. Yeah, the push with the Panzer IV and stuff over here was also so unnecessary. Right, the guns are really being too aggressive for his good. As he clearly cannot control that. Like, he's not having the micro that is necessary to be that aggressive everywhere with a balanced deck. If he would out micro White Eagle heavily, then maybe, but he's not that much better, if any, in micro compared to White Eagle. So that was a bad move. Sitting in napalm with his Pak 43 here, that should go down in a second. Sherman arriving. Getting a 2-star Sherman of White Eagle, getting its gun jammed instantaneously. So yeah, has to force to fall back in a second. Ersatztruppen coming in again, and yeah, now he lost the whole. He could have just stayed in here, kept the flag. Instead, he tried to move up here, and that was just such a bad move. So was moving up here. Now he has to reinforce here. He was in a position where he didn't need to put any reinforcements in here and still kind of threaten White Eagle. Because White Eagle didn't know what he had there, but now he has nothing left. White Eagle doesn't need to reinforce anything in here. Might even threaten him in the south, while totally annihilating him in the north. And I think this will be a 2-0 victory for White Eagle. Coming in here as a 3rd place out of his group, and going into the final most likely. What a show of force. But also, yeah, quite a couple of misplays here by Genza, sadly. Would like to see him sticking longer in this game. But yeah, it's a really tough spot for him right now. He was not supposed to let his opponent crossing the bridges. So yeah, him trying to be aggressive was really just such a weird move. Like really, the only thing he had to focus on was keeping the bridges closed. Trying to... yeah, going into aggression was really breaking his neck there. Overextending with a balanced deck is never a good thing to do. Always have to be really careful where you put in pressure onto your opponent. Gets a couple of important kills here. If he kills all the Yamchas, he might be able to push back in, but he needs artillery from now on, I actually think. units over here do okay so far. The Yak 7B helping out. Teiko Saniki might get killed by the Panzerschreck. Would be a nice kill there for Gensei. Yeah, gets the kill there. With the Reaper moving backwards away from the Tenko Saniki. But yeah, that he has to invest into the south is just so bad for him. Panzer 4 over here helping out. The other Pack 43. But he cannot really move down anymore, and that's just really hurtful. Red Eagle bringing in the MTA over here. Has to be careful with his reinforcements. All the Panzer 4s, but yeah, he really moves them well. Panzer 4 is never getting a shot off. Now they might, yeah, but that's a long range engagement against Shermans. So it's not the best engagement you could take. Might work out, but yeah, it's 2-star versus 2-star, so chances are it doesn't. Panzer 4 over here gets the kill at least, so one good kill here, but he loses to North now. He wasn't able to kill the transports. And with that he loses 2 more flags he cannot afford to lose. 2-3-3 moving over here now. But yeah, there's just too much anti-tank capabilities here for White Eagle now. Really, I don't know why Gensei went aggressive. Kills 1 Sherman now, so that's good. Yeah, he lost his AA pieces as well. So he's open to any Yak 7B runs now again. There's just too much infantry on the board. Don't think he has any artillery pieces to deal with that. Don't think he will have any off-map in A or B. Or maybe he has some in B, but yeah. Even with off-map, this will be relatively hard to get back into. And he's down to 17-7 now, so 1 more flag and he's pretty much out. Has only 8 minutes left as it is right now already. So if that would halve again, time would be really, really low for him. And yeah, White Eagle is on a good way to get there with all the Shermans. Gensei again being too aggressive with his unload positions. Don't know why he just didn't just unload over here. Trying to get more than he could. Well, kills the Sherman over here. Might be able to kill another Sherman. Okay, White Eagle realizes that the Panzer Grenadiers are in position. Moves them backwards. Gensei really trying to hold on. Okay, yeah, so the off-map is on the board. And White Eagle lost quite a couple of Shermans. Tank engagements went well for Gensei, but he has only tanks left. The number of infantry units he has is pretty abysmal. Trying to go for the tank kills, but yeah, that's unnecessary micro. Why don't you just keep your Panzer Grenadiers in the position where they can be defensive? Why do you have to rush down there? Ooh. This is rough. Rocket plane actually killing off the own infantry units of White Eagle there. So at least that worked out. They're not having AA anymore. Losing the 2 Gepards was also really, really rough. The 2-star Gepards would have helped quite a lot. At least he keeps it on the 17-7, so the combat chances are there. He gets amazing kills if he gets to push back in here. Gets down to 14-10 back in somewhat realistic time in the next 2 minutes. But yeah, the north is not the way to push. There's too much infantry here. At least he killed all the tanks now. Only 1 MCHA left on his side of the river, so... But loses Panzer 4 again. Pack 38 and Panzer 4 engaging the MCHA over here. Should be able to get the kill at some point. 38. Not getting the kill there, but at least they forced him back again. So yeah, his Shermans help out. Panzer Grenadiers moving in the north, but he needs a good off-map there. And this off-map unit is so slow. This is... I don't even know what this vehicle is. This is... Like what is this vehicle? Is this a rebuilt Panzer II? A rebuilt Panzer III chassis? I think it's bigger than a Panzer II, so it must be rebuilt Panzer III or Panzer IV chassis. into a Schützenpanzer. Yeah, Beobachtung Panzer 38. Oh no, it's 30H. Okay, 38H. Okay, it's a Czech. No, French? Wait, what? Oh, it's a French. Okay. Never seen these things in any documentary or so. So again, they needs this flag, and either this or this flag. And needs to hold on to all the flags he has, and that will be tough as well. As White Eagle now comes in for the kill, trying to push these two flags, and yeah, Genze has so little here to hold on. So it'd be lucky to get one more kill with the Panzerschrecks. If he gets 2 more kills with the Panzerschreck, that would be amazing. Good positioning here. But yeah, loses them. And that's pretty much GG, guys. He has nothing to stop these MCHAs, and they will take the flag, and that will be the 18-6. As he's not in position to get the flag back fast enough for that. Loses the... No. German's still alive. Okay. Pins down all the infantry here, but the airplay of White Eagle is too good, and it's an 18-6, and this hurts. This hurts so much for Genze, and he loses all the flags in the south now. Yeah, he needed the Panzerschrecks to do miracles, and yeah, kind of expect that. Loses his German over here now as he gets desperate. And yeah, with that he can't say GG, I think. And yeah, here we go. GG. White Eagle advancing to the finals, and he's a deserving finalist here. Really showing what this league is about to is supposed to show. Player that is relatively new, improving over the time of the season, coming in as 3rd place into the playoffs, but really practicing hard, and then 2 times coming in as underdog, both against Wonder Noob and against Genze, and beating them both. Now standing in the final, advancing to Division 2 for next season, and I think he will stand his ground there. He will come in there as an underdog again, I think. As Division 2 to Division 3, the difference is still quite significant. But yeah, if he improves a bit more, I think he will stand his ground there as well. And this is really nice. But yeah, Genze really misplaying, like, yeah, the pick in the map number 1 was weird, and the bans in map number 2 were also pretty weird. And yeah, but that means we have White Eagle in the finals. And yeah, now it's up to you guys. So yeah, that's the bracket. He will play against the winner between Gearhead and Crippling Depression. Why is my keyboard not working? Why is my keyboard not working? Okay, I cannot type any. Wait, what? It did something. My R key is... Huh? What the hell is that? My keyboard is not doing anything. Is my laptop keyboard working? Okay guys, my keyboard is not working. So yeah, I don't really know what is happening here. Anyone had that issue before? Like all my keys, like it's not my keyboard itself, but it's something with the PC. Okay, now it's working again? Okay, so it was something with Steel Division, I guess. No, wait, what? Why does... Okay, so I can change here. Can I type in here? Okay, no, I can't type. So it's... I guess it's the page. No, what? Okay, yeah, I cannot put the results in here. But anyways, you will see White Eagle moving on, then playing against each one. So question now, guys, is what do you want to see now? Do you want to just see the final game between ZZ and Gonzo, or do you want to see me recasting the whole series? Lolly already casted both of the first 2 games on his channel yesterday. So yeah, you could go over there and watch the first 2 series, and me only having to cast game number 3, or I could recast the first 2 as well. Cry too. Yeah, so I will do a poll. Yeah. Yeah. Will allow. Wait, where's the setting for? Wait, why is there no thing for subscribers voting double anymore? What did you do, Twitch? Can do it for additional votes for channel points and bits, but not for subscribers being doubled? That's a shitty move, Twitch. But yeah. Anyways, poll is up. Like, it's only you can buy extra votes with bits, but no double vote for subscriptions. Both costs money, you know, Twitch. What the hell? Yeah, picking third guards, not banning third guards Tankor on a river map was like a maybe not banning them on Cell like he did. Okay, like already questionable decision, but okay. Okay, it's worked. The website is working now, so I put in the result. But yeah, not banning him on Bobber, really? And then yeah, you played weirdly in game number 2. Not gonna lie, played much too aggressive. Okay, so guys, keep on. The poll is open for 1 more minute, guys. So yeah, bring your votes in. So far, only 1 vote. So yeah, keep on voting, guys, instead of chatting. Okay. And then after votes is over, we are decided. Ooh, really close. I will bring you that. Okay, we will only cast the last game. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be on for a short break, and then we'll be back with the series. Or with the game, actually. Okay, we'll be back in a second when the game is loaded. I want to show you the replay file so you don't see the winner in that. So yeah, the map we are on is Cell. The divisions we got are what is this actually? 184th versus 44th Scars Kobe. So Soviet versus Soviet. And we got Gonzo versus Katamegumi ZZ. This is game number 3. If you want to see the first 2 games, move over to Lolly's Twitch channel. I will link that now in the chat. So yeah, if anyone is asking about it later, please share that in the chat. Link will be there now. Yeah, he casted the first 2 games. Sadly, his PC crashed in game number 3. Or something crashed, or his internet crashed in game number 3. And when you've joined to spectate and then crash out, you cannot rejoin. Because the game thinks you're still in. So he couldn't rejoin as in spectate mode, so he couldn't cast game number 3. Standings after game 1 and 2 obviously 1-1. Series would have been over and otherwise. So yeah, both players showing that they are capable of beating the other, which is really amazing. We're pretty good games, so you really should check those out. ZZ and Gonzo really worth the top spots. They are in here, really. Some of the best players we got in Steel Division. And one of them will go into the finals of the whole league. And the other one will play against a really scary Sean for 3rd place. But yeah, Sean falling to Nulla in the other semi-final. In a really amazing series, especially game number 3 was a nail-biter. With both game 1 and game 2 really good shows of what those players are good at. In game number 1 in the semi-finals, in the other semi-finals, Nulla really showing how to rush. In game number 2, Sean's showing us how to play balanced in the perfect manner. And yeah, now we have here ZZ as a Vanguard player. ZZ a player who can play all, like, he plays balanced, I think, from time to time as well. He can really go for long games as well. But I think if I would talk about the best long game players, I would name Sean and Lossa. But ZZ is right behind those 2, I think. But he's maybe better than Sean in playing aggressive incomes. And yeah, Gonzo on the other side, pretty much a jack of all trades. Being one of the favorites since Steel Division Normandy 44 days. Since basically the beginning of the Steel Division League Discord and so on. Or even before that, in the Asia Pacific tournaments. Already having nail-biter fights against players like Ku. And yeah, good series against Luchati, Eugen, and what all the other old names are from Steel Division Normandy 44. And yeah, other than those names, he didn't fall off from grace in Steel Division 2. Still one of our best competitive players around. And yeah, we'll see if he makes it to the finals this time. In the last tournament he played, he did fall to Lolly. On this map in particular. But back then he played second Blinde against the Kuruk of Lolly. In a really, really crazy series. Let's speed it up a bit, so we get through deployment a bit faster. And then we get into the game. I really can't wait to cast the series, because both of these players are just so good. Already coming up a couple of T-34s down here for ZZ. 44th, one of the divisions that gets the T-34-85 on the Soviet side. You don't actually see those too often. But yeah, when they're pretty good tanks, especially if you fight a division like 184th that doesn't have any heavy tanks other than the ISU and they can kill the ISU relatively cost efficient, as they're only 85 points. But yeah, don't see the ISU. Gonzo going aggressively for the hill, really trying to get there. He's relatively light in the north as well. They're also going for the south, really heavily going for the south, which I think if he loses the hill will be in a relatively tough spot, as if Gonzo is able to reinforce anti-tank guns into this position here, he can shut down the south relatively well. So ZZ has to be careful to not lose the hill too heavily. Yeah, Gonzo really bringing in a lot of Stalky DPs, Oinomachikis. Yeah, we see the 184th again. We didn't saw them too much in the playoff, in the group phase, but in the playoff, that's already the third time we see them. 2 times being played by Nilla. 1 time, as of now, they have a 50-50 win rate in the playoffs. Let's see if Gonzo can bring that higher. Or if ZZ is the one to lower the under the 50-50 rate. Gonzo going up to 13-11. ZZ's M42 here makes the life for the Stewards a bit more dangerous, but Gonzo moving out and opening fire onto the Guardians and Guardia CP, so ZZ has to be careful with those. He's a bit of in a weird position as he has them in the open. Would have liked to see them moving into cover. But his move down here comes in. Ognias engaging Ognias and Automatikis. Guardia DPs from the backs firing as well. Yeah, ZZ flanking him. Gonzo here, getting a flag for himself, bringing it up to a 12-12. T-34-85 moving behind the 2 T-34s over here. Quite a lot of T-34s coming up. But yeah, Gonzo reinforcing the north heavily. So that's where he wants to put on his pressure. Sorry guys, we'll hide the panel now. Yeah, Guardia DPs engaging the Ognias over here. And yeah, ZZ really wanting to put the pressure on into the south. Try to deal with the Automachiki here. I think he's doing a good job in that. Automachiki's over here got pinned. The ones over here should be pinned in a second as well. And then there's not much left in the south for Gonzo, stopping ZZ from taking over. But his push in the north also looks really, really dangerous. ZZ only having 1 unit so far up there. Bring up T-34s, and Gonzo trying to take the middle as well, with as cheap units as possible. ZZ bringing in more tankers into the south. Okay, he wants to bring them up the hill, I think that's okay. But yeah, would really like to see him reinforcing something in the north. So Perry's now coming up. He's really focused on the south and the center. I guess by now he gave up onto the north, which I think is fair, but you really have to be careful to not get rolled over. So Gonzo has to do the same. Brings up a couple of Stewards and a M3 Lee. Yeah, the T-34 is really outclassing those. In a really fast game. You can see the difference between the series we saw before, between White Eagle and Gensei. And just the speed those 2 players play here. Always active, never waiting too long with getting aggressive. Always trying to exploit the weak spots of the opponent. Gonzo really well doing that here with his only his half tracks, and those are the 10-point units, so you can really cost efficiently take territories with these. Fast, having being able to stop infantry. Yeah, the north gets taken by Gonzo as well. Ooh, ZZ cannot allow that to die. If you lose the off map over here, that would be really, really hurtful. Okay, gets it back on the road. Okay, gets it back out of range. This was an important move there by ZZ. We wouldn't have realized that earlier. Would have been in a tough spot. Ah, didn't like this off map here. Yeah, you really moved that. Engages the M5s over here. 2 M3s now. Quite a couple of Stalkies coming in for Gonzo. You see taking a bit too long in the south to fully exploit it. But not really bringing any extra pressure onto Gonzo in the north. Yeah, I don't like the off-map positioning here. would like a T-34 moving in here, but yeah, he doesn't know that those M2s were all empty. I think he thought they were still loaded with infantry, so he is careful with his tanks. We know that those were empty. We know that there was no units in it. He could have seen it as well, but I don't think he saw them all moving in there. So yeah, he only sees them now, and that might make him put in the off map here, pin down the infantry before he moves in. Don't like the T-34-85s. They're too costly right now to invest into. Guess he's out of T-34-76s though, but yeah, not. He needs more infantry instead. 85s are too expensive for what he needs to do right now. Brings it back to a 12-12. Brings up another T-34 around the corner. With two T-34s, he might be able to kill this off. Just be careful with his infantry. But yeah, so has Gonzo. Gonzo has to be careful as well. T-34 over here engaging the M3s. But two M3s opening fire might be able to deal with it. Another T-34 coming around the corner, but the first one falling already. Before they don't get around, and the Stralky's getting close to the other one. Losing both T-34s in the south, and this is a big blow to ZZ in the south. Gets the territory back in over here, but there was not much investment for Gonzo into it anyway, so yeah, it's not too bad for Gonzo. Really taking a lot of effort for ZZ here to take this back. A lot of points invested. Gonzo still being able to capture this flag here, falling back half track. And Gonzo starting to exploit the weakness in the north from ZZ, and yeah, now without any T-34s in the south, ZZ is in a lot of trouble here as well. T-34-85 over here critted as well. Yeah, Gonzo will be able to push this back with the Stuarts and the M3s over here. Brings in some planes as well. ZZ now going for the counter push in the middle. Really gave nearly completely up onto the north. Only trying to hold the token points there. The off map over here, moving forward, but yeah, would love to see it on here. Those Tanko Sanikis, if they get pinned down, that would be a really nice blow. Tanko Sanikis are one of the most efficient CQC infantries, or if not the best. Yeah, no, maybe not the best, but yeah, for sure one of the best CQC infantries, and the best of the common ones with their Molotovs and all their PPSHs. M42's here might do a good job. Was easy? No. A bit unlucky there with his 2 M42 not getting a kill on Stuart with 2 rounds, I think. The one down here also doesn't get the kills yet. Might be in a bit of trouble there. ZZ getting unlucky here, gets the kill finally. Tries to get the kill over here onto the Stuart. With Gaia DPs. But doesn't get it either. T-34-85 up in the south now. Trying to deal with the M3. Does get the kill? No. So yeah, it's usually a bit unlucky with his tanks engagements. But gets the pressure on into the middle. Might be able to overroll Gonzo over here. Gonzo brings out the big boy now. ISU hitting the field. And Gonzo's the one with the straight line. Closing on the pocket into the south, killing off all the infantry of ZZ over here. Yeah, ZZ is running low on infantry in the south. A lot of T-34-85s, and if Gonzo doesn't find a way to deal with them, they might be doing a lot in the long run, but I don't know if ZZ has the long run. As of now, he doesn't. It's a 15-9. Well, it's still 12 minutes to go, so yeah, he still has quite a bit of time, and he's the Vanguard player, so yeah, it's not like he doesn't have points. He has also a lot of units on the field, so yeah, that's not the issue. But yeah, would love to see the off-map on here. Off-map on, I think he used an off-map on here, which I think was good as well to hold for a bit of time. But yeah, really, getting this force back would be really helpful. Buccaneers coming in. Sniper is coming in. 3485s. T-34-76 coming in. Quite a lot of T-34-76 coming in actually. Quite a lot of M5s in the south. One T-34-85 holding the ground so far, but ZZ has to be careful not getting too close with it. I would like to see it moving backwards a bit, because there's no territory, like losing this territory wouldn't hurt him at all. M42 is a good investment here, could stop a light tank push. The T-34 over here being idle and the T-34 over here being idle costs ZZ, I think, because he really has the chance right now to close the pocket in the center. Off-map being kept to hold the north. And yeah, Gonzo now really bringing in the big boys in numbers. 2 ISUs, 122s moving into the north now as well. An ISU 152 for ZZ coming in the center. Not the biggest fan of that investment. Well, I guess it can help out against the infantry in the north. So yeah, no, it's actually not a bad investment after all. T-34-85 over here should move forward as well. Quite a lot of Guardias coming in. Don't think we ever saw this matchup. Both divisions we don't see too often, like we see them sometimes, but yeah, we for sure never saw them against each other. Both pretty good divisions. Guardias in here should have kept stayed on the other side. Yeah, ZZ should be careful here really. Would love to see him falling back to a defensive position down here. He's not trying to be aggressive. Should be aggressive in the center, do more of a flexible defense in the south. 2 anti-tank rocket plane coming in onto the ISU 122. That might be really helpful. Guardia DPs coming in into the center. Or actually into the north, okay. Jalki DPs on the other side. ISU not pinned. Okay, that's good for Gonzo. Keeps ZZ from pushing there. ISU 122 firing over here. But yeah, now ZZ tries to take it with infantry, and taking the hill with infantry against 4 Tanko Sanikis will take quite a lot of infantry. Work out. Really strong napalm runs there by Gonzo. Really strong napalm runs. T-34-85 has to be careful down here. And yeah, now finally ZZ figures out that he has one standing down there. But the one over here is too close to the front line for my liking. Gonzo can overwhelm that one. And the SU's 152 has to be careful when the M3 arrive. Okay. Gets one Tanko Saniki caught in the open. On a good way to push in here. Last off-map coming in. And he sets up the push onto the hill afterwards. T-34-85, you have too many idle T-34-85s for ZZ in my eyes. But other than that, he's still doing relatively well here. Kills one Spirit. T-34-85 over here comes up. So the M3 and the Spirits over here have to be careful when that comes around the corner. Yeah, we'll open long-range engagement now. Open up for a long-range engagement now. Protect the SU, kills the Stuart. And yeah, Gonzo realizes he needs to move backwards now. Would like to see just T-34 moving over here to deal with the Strelkies and Strelky DPs. Opens up fire now on the road, okay. So yeah, Gonzo has to be careful. Oh wow. Always just slightly not firing. Got the kill on the SU as well. Good, important kill there for Gonzo. Killing the SU. It's easy capturing the flag back here, bringing it back to 12-12. But yeah, there's 2 ISU 122 now. Long range engagement between ISU and T-34-85 over here. T-34-85 over here starts moving now. To rocket plane trying to get the side shot. Doesn't get it though. So SU 122 survives this run as well. Whoever gets the kill here is in a big advantage. The other 2 T-34s of ZZ went going down here. But I think lately he traded pretty well. Still really close in the trades. And ZZ is the one with lower income from now on out. Yeah. ISU 122 has to be careful. in engagements with T-30-45s. Gets the kill on the one over here though. Gets the kill. No, SU is up the hill, but yeah, will get the kill on that one as well. As the ISU has AP, the SU doesn't. Two IL-2 anti-tank rocket planes coming in, dealing with the trying to deal with the ISU, getting a kill on one, forcing the other one back. So yeah, ZZ starting to put on the hurt. IL-2 not following up. Okay, putting hurt onto the infantry though. We are back to a 12-12. If we would have had the T-30-45 kept alive over here, I think the follow-up on the ISU 122 would have really hurt Gonzo. But with one still alive, I think he's fine. And now he brings in the AAA, so the other one might actually survive for longer. Engagement down here is really close still. T-34-85 over here is kept alive. ZZ really playing an armor-heavy style. Like much more medium tanks than you often see from other players. I don't think I saw that many T-34-85s in any game before. Like T-34-76 is okay, but such a heavy focus on T-34-85s is unusual. Losing most of his infantry here now though, and he doesn't have AA. That will most likely kill his T-34-85 over here. So IL-2 anti-tank rocket planes are not the best anti-tank rocket planes. IL-2 cluster bombers and IL-2 37mm are amazing anti-tank, but the rocket ones are not that great. Always, mostly need 2 runs to kill tank, even medium ones. M42 over here should put the pain and finally the kills onto the Stuarts. Yeah, gets a kill on the first one. Second one moves back. As yeah, guns are really good at ins micro. Never losing anything too easily. So Perry over here moving in to get the flag back, but Gonzo's back to a 14-10. ZZ in a good position here, shouldn't move further forward though. Should really stay around the light forest. Shouldn't move into the tankers and he will lose his Safari otherwise. Gonzo realizing it though, comes in with the L2 napalm flames, and these did a lot of work for Gonzo already. I think so many infantry units. ISU 122 engaging another T-30-45, getting the kill. But the IL-2 should be able to get the kill, as the 85mm is not out yet. Yeah, gets the kill on the ISU 122. So it's only one left. Maybe... No, I think he had one card in A and one card in B, so Gonzo should be out of cards for ISU 122s. And this is a good news for ZZ. I think he should have a couple more T-35 left, like 3 or so, which should allow him to have the heaviest tanks on the board. Other than this ISU 122, but that he can still kill because there's no AA left in the south yet. So the one up here is really far into the territory of ZZ, so might cover the center as well. And there's a second one coming up in the south, so yeah, maybe the ISU over here is safe. Another anti-tank rocket plane coming in. Another napalm bomber coming in. They're trying to go... Wait, what is he going for? 37mm over here. Trying to stop the IL-2 from getting off its loads onto the Su-76s. Yeah, napalm really good against open-top vehicles as well. One of the IL-2s over here might die actually, but so might the one of Gonzo. No, okay, one of ZZ dies, the one of Gonzo goes down as well. Okay, so mutual kill there. 85mm opening fire on the T-34. ZZ has to be careful with that. Cannot hold on to that for too long. Another engagement you want to take. But Gonzo gets a bit over aggressive here. This is all his tank forces. Kills the T-34. But yeah, this Guardias might be able to get the kill on here. They don't get their thing off. Don't get their anti-tank grenades off. Important there for Gonzo, keeping that alive. As the 85mm keeps the road closed for the SUs. And so does the Stall KDP. This Ognia moving backwards might be able to cut this off. Gonzo still being up to a 14-10. Putting the hurt onto ZZ. It seems like ZZ doesn't have any 85s left. At least not an A phase. Brings in his second off map. That could be his way to victory, but it's still a tough order. Another ISU 122 comes in, so yeah, he has the fourth one of them. Wait, oh, they get 3 cards, right? So he might actually have a 5th one left as well. Yes, we are over minute 20 now. Oh, that might be actually a C-phase card. That means that would be 4 ISU 122s? That would be really hurtful for ZZ. He was already down to 59. Gonzo really methodically pushed him in the north, and ZZ wasn't able to counter as effectively in the south. Loses his SU-76s in the south, and this is really hurtful because he needed them as support for this Guardia push. Coming in a bit too early. Still has a couple of T-34s left in the south, but there's also oh my goodness. Those 12 KDPs really putting the hurt onto the Guardias. Killing 2 Guardias in transport. IL-2 rocket plane softening the T-34-85 here. IL-2s of ZZ coming in, trying to get the kill onto Gonzo's plane. Gonzo getting a kill on the infantry. Okay, I have to change the sound. My headphones are empty. So you have sound again. Yeah, okay. There we go. But yeah, doesn't get the kill. Loses all his infantry. Yeah, I think this game is going downhill for ZZ right now. This plane killing off his infantry over here made his counter push now really ineffective. Because the off-map was really good. And if he would have had the infantry units, if he would have had the SU-76, he could have maybe pushed in here, surrendered quite a couple of units of Gonzo. But without that, his north is pretty much dead. Because Gonzo has so many units in here and he cannot get them surrendered or effectively killed due to them being pinned down to off-map. I don't see a way for ZZ coming back in the north. And without getting a little comeback at least in the north to like up to this line, don't think he can win this game. Even if he wins the south. Which is possible, as he has quite a couple of Guardia DPs coming in. But there's still ISU 122s, and yeah, he has C-phase cards of them. Next one coming in, which is ISU number 5. And yeah, ZZ, I don't know if he can deal with those, as he lost one of his IL-2 anti-tank rocket planes. Brings in another off-map, but yeah, he doesn't have the means to follow it up anymore. Really good IL-2 runs by Gonzo. And yeah, ZZ surrenders. And you can't blame him for that. Yeah, the position was just... with the north in such a pickle, he was not able to come back there. So yeah, Gonzo showing us that he is still on top of it. Losing one map to ZZ, but winning the series overall 2-1. And that means... well, let me show what that means, guys. Group 1. Group Shukov, Division 1. Final stage. And that means with a 2-1 victory for Mr. Gonzo. And then we have the final of the league coming up next Saturday, 5 PM, being Nilla versus Gonzo. And the bronze match being ZZ